everyone, and welcome to Make It with Mod Podge. I'm Steve Piacenza. Today we're going to show you how to make 3 different patriotic centerpieces using napkins, glitter, and of course Mod Podge. Now for these projects you can use a store-bought vase. You can also use a washed out tin can, and of course any recycled bottle works for this project. Cathie's in the studio ready for you guys. Are you ready, Cath?
Yes, I am ready. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Cathie and I'm going to be teaching you 3 different centerpiece ideas for any of your patriotic holidays. One of them that we're going to be creating is this one. I should say all of these can be made under 30 minutes, so these are really quick crafts. We're going to create this cool floral vase using napkins and gloss Mod Podge. And then I'm just going to show you a quick technique for glittering any kind of an old jar using chunky glitter. And we're going to be creating some utensil holders. You can put flowers in here also, just using a recycled tin can and a napkin also. So let's get started. I want to start with our large vase. So I got this large vase at the store. You could do any kind of thrift store vase, whatever you wanted. If you wanted to paint it a color first, you could. When you're doing napkin decoupage though, it's best to use a light color. So you want something where the actual colors of the napkin will still pop through. And I'm gonna be using these cute sort of patriotic floral napkins. And the first thing that you're gonna wanna do is separate your plies. So I've got this one started. You're only gonna be working with the top layer, the top printed ply. So you'll open up your napkin. This is literally the hardest part, guys. All these crafts are so easy today. And you'll just start to separate your napkin, just like so. So you'll pull that apart. You wanna be kind of careful. You don't wanna rip the napkin. Just kind of get it separated. Some napkins have 2 ply, like this is just 1 and 2 ply. Some have 3 ply. So whichever napkin you purchase, just double check and make sure that you're only going to be working with the top printed layer, so just the 1 ply. If you were to use the 2 plies, you're gonna get more wrinkles and your color of your design will not pop through very good. So go ahead and get that separated. You can see it's sort of like just giving it a little tug here and there. Every once in a while you gotta just kind of check it. Each napkin brand and each type of napkin is a little bit different, so you'll just have to sort of play around with the napkin that you get. There you go. That's the first step, is separating your napkin plies, okay? Now once you've done that, you're just gonna cut out your design, and I've gone ahead and cut out this floral design. And I wanna show you how we apply that quickly to this vase. So I'm using Mod Podge gloss, and when I'm working with napkins, I like to put a little bit of my Mod Podge gloss, you could use matte or satin also, into a container, because sometimes the napkins have a little bit of dye that will come off, so you don't want to contaminate your Mod Podge in your jar. So just pour a little bit into a container. And I'm going to just put my Mod Podge directly onto this vase. Now this will work on metal, glass, ceramics. This is ceramic. Just go up and down, just like so. And then we will just position our napkin piece directly onto the vase. And then I sort of like to work in the center and work my way out to smooth that down. Now don't worry here, we're gonna add more Mod Podge gloss there. So then you just go in, kind of pull it back, see where you need to add more, add a little bit more, and just smooth that down with your fingers. It almost looks like it's painted on there. It's just incredible. Okay, let's add a little bit more there and there. And we'll smooth that down, just like so. Now on the bottom edge here, I just like to go around and add a little bit on the bottom. Just take that and fold that over. We'll just go right over, just like so. Then you just go with your brush, very gently, because you don't want to, I'm barely putting any pressure on this because you don't want to rip your napkin, you don't want to move it. Just go ahead and add a top coat. And I like to make sure that I'm always just going in a nice up and down motion, so you don't get a lot of wild brush marks. Make sure that that is sealed down on the bottom. And that is the first napkin down. Now you will just turn it upside down and let it dry like that. And once that's dry in like about 10 minutes, you'll be ready to do another piece of napkin. And you can see on here we did a couple of cutouts. You can wrap it around the bottom. You can do it up to the handle. You can just do it however you want. If you wanted to do one right in the center, do that. You could cover the whole thing if you wanted to. You just want to continue to add the napkins wherever you want them. So that is a super fast way to make over a centerpiece. Now to put flowers in it, on this one you could use fresh flowers or you could use silk flowers like this. It's up to you. Next thing I want to show you is the tin can. This is so simple. So we started with the tin can, washed it out, removed the label, and then we used the Folk Art Home Decor chalk and painted it. This is a great primer. I use it on plastic, glass, metal. I use it on so much stuff. So coat it with one layer of the Folk Art Home Decor chalk. And we're going to do this really pretty napkin on to our tin can. And that's gonna create this really fun, again, it looks like it's painted, but that's just a napkin. This is such a cute way, if you're having a party and you wanna coordinate, you know, you can have these napkins at the party, but then you can create these utensil holders or vases and it will all match and look super cute together. So on the other one, on the vase, we used a cutout motif. On this one, I wanna show you how you wrap the whole thing. So I've gone ahead, I have my 1 ply of the napkin and I've cut it to size. And I just sort of made a raw cut there because that's gonna end up overlapping. You can do a hard overlap like I have here. That's where the napkin meets up and it makes a straight line. Or you can do this kind of organic line. So I wanna show you that. So what we're gonna do is take the Mod Podge and apply it all over our tin can and make sure you really get it in those ridges. Just keep adding that. And this is the gloss. So the gloss is gonna create a shiny formula. If you wanted it to be matte and have no shine at all, you would use matte Mod Podge. And if you wanted something in between, you would use satin Mod Podge. So gloss for the high gloss, matte for no gloss, satin for in between. Okay, I think we are all good there. Whoops, got a little bit of Mod Podge there. All right, so now what we're gonna do is I've got the straight edge here. We're gonna line that straight edge up with the top of the tin can and just lightly press down. Very, very lightly. Then we're gonna pick it up and just gently go around the can. These make great pencil holders, all kinds of organizers you can make with these. But for this project today, we're using these for utensil holders. Really fun. Okay, now we're at the part where we're going to match that up. So you're gonna add some more Mod Podge. Again, I'm using a really light hand. I'm barely putting any pressure down. Just like so. And we'll flip that around. Now, if you all have any questions today, go ahead and drop them in the comments because we will be answering questions live. There we go. And look, see how that matches up? It's almost seamless. So on this one, let's see, where's our seam? We have a seam, a straight up and down seam. And on this one, we have this more organic, seamless look. So it's just 2 different ways you can do it. Then you're just gonna go in and top coat onto your project. Not putting much weight down, just going around it and really pushing it into those grooves. I like the idea that you can tell that this is a recycled tin can. I think that's what makes the project look cool. It's like, ah, look, that was a tin can. So I like to really highlight those by just going in and pressing down, just like so. Okay, now you get it all top coated. We'll go ahead and set that aside and let that dry. So you can see how fast these can come together. So one note is if you're doing the priming first, it takes about 10 minutes for it to dry if you do a nice thin coat. So again, this craft here you can do in under 30 minutes. You could do more than one in under 30 minutes, and you can get the kids to help you paint and all that kind of stuff. And look how cute these will be on your table. You can put silverware in them, paper straws, stuff them with napkins. You know, it's endless. So the last thing I want to show you really quickly is just this fun glittered vase. This is so easy to do. And I like to use, oh, I just put my hand right into the Mod Podge. I like to use chunky glitter for this. Because these are kind of patriotic, I just wanted something super sparkly and chunky. And this is what chunky glitter is like. So it's got the big pieces. And this is about the easiest craft you'll ever see. I've got my vase here, and I'm going to just coat it with the Mod Podge gloss. And I'm not going to do this whole vase because for time, but I want you to see how fast you can do a vase like this. Let's see. Go ahead and put some up on the neck there. And don't worry if you miss a spot, because you can always go in and fill in. And then you literally, all you have to do is sprinkle your chunky glitter right into the Mod Podge gloss, just like so. And then you will let that dry. Now, once it's dry, I like to go in, I'm gonna show you on this one. This one's been top coated. Once it's dry, I like to go in and I add a top coat right on top of all of my glitter, and that just seals it in. I call it no flake glitter. So it's like, you don't want all this glitter flying off on your table, right? So you just go in once it's dry and top coat it with more of the gloss Mod Podge. So there you go, guys. We got 3 fun patriotic centerpieces, all that can be made in under 30 minutes using recycled materials, glitter, and napkins. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. We will be back next week with more fun ideas of projects you can make with Mod Podge. Remember, make sure you tag Mod Podge, hashtag Mod Podge, and hashtag Plaid Crafts so we can see what you're making. We'll see you next time. Bye.